Hey guys, welcome and thanks for joining us on a little preview to Tox Away Day. I'm Mattingly, Judge Executive of Daviess County, and you can't tell I'm smiling behind this mask, just trying to avoid the COVID out here at the Op Center. Today we are privileged to have Mayor Tom Watson from the city of Owensboro with us, as well as the gentleman from Cincinnati who is going to put this on tomorrow. I'm going to have Mayor Watson say a few words, and I'm going to say a few things. And then we'll bring our environmental expert up, and he's going to talk about what you can do, what you can bring out, what you can't bring out, and really how we will dispose of it after you get a hold of it. So, Mayor Watson.
Well, thank you, Judge, and I'm really happy to be here on behalf of the City Commission and all our employees, and actually all our retirees as well, to support this project, because we certainly need to be good stewards of the land. And as Owensboro uses the landfill quite a bit, it's important for all our residents to understand just the necessity of taking care of items such as this that are laying around your house that you don't really need in your house either, especially if you have grandchildren like I do, or your regular children. It's just from a safety standpoint and from a matter of just good common sense. You need a way of disposing that so that it doesn't fill our landfill and do other things that experts can tell you about the landfill that I don't know. But we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be here today, and we want everyone to know how much the city of Owensboro wants to support this project in any way we possibly can. So thank you, Judge.
All right. Thanks, Mayor. And the Mayor is exactly right. The biggest customer of Daviess County landfill is the city of Owensboro, and the biggest customer of the transfer station as well. So I know a lot of folks often say that why in the world do we have a landfill in Daviess County? It's called dollars. It's not the dollars we earn, it's the dollars that we save all the citizens in Owensboro and Daviess County by providing that service. One of the things that we want to impress on you folks is that there are things we don't want in the landfill. And there are various reasons, but one of the biggest reasons was 5-6 years ago, we had a landfill fire. Now think what would have happened to that fire if we had containers of gasoline, turpentine, kerosene buried in the landfill. It would have just exacerbated that fire and made it a lot worse, a lot harder to put out. Landfills, as they cook the garbage, they heat up, and spontaneous combustion happens quite often in a landfill. So the things that we want you to remember too is it produces liquid. It's called leachate. And when you put acid into a landfill, when you put oil distillates into the landfill, when you put heavy metals into the landfill, that's picked up by the water as it runs through and percolates out. It goes into a settling pond, and then we got to get rid of it. And it's just terrible and bad for the environment. So we're very happy to apply for a grant that allows us to make this service available to all Daviess County citizens. Now I'm going to invite our contractor up, and he's going to talk about what you can bring, what you can't bring, and those kinds of things. Just remember, tomorrow, Saturday, October the 10th, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Not 12:01, although I know he'll be nice, and if somebody comes in a little late, he'll probably take it. And probably not 7:59 because we don't have coffee and donuts. 8 a.m., 12 noon. Come ahead.
All right. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to work with you guys. And it's a really good idea to do what you're doing. You've got a lot of materials that are collected in everybody's houses, and it's typical stuff that you see. And it's everything from all these chemicals they're great if they're strong, they're effective, and if they're weak, they don't work very well. So you want the strong ones, but you'll find that if you put it in a landfill, it also comes out. EPA ran a bunch of studies on that in Center Hill and Cincinnati, and if that goes in, it comes out the bottom, and that's true. That's why they changed the rule to eliminate hazardous waste from solid waste landfills. As a byproduct of that, they put in little laws that says you can't take all this stuff in. everybody has to respond to what the EPA says, otherwise you end up on the wrong side. And it's a good idea to get them out of the house. These are toxic chemicals, and this example here that you're kind enough to set up for us, and we could talk about them. One of them is you have things like acid, and liquid fire is sulfuric acid. You'll also find you'll get that's really good for cleaning bricks and things. It's really bad for hurting people. The same with hydrochloric acid. It will eat you. Those acids will be one of the things we'll take. Also bases. If you have lye, it's great to clean out drains and things. It's really bad because it will give you a problem if you get it on your skin. It's not good for you. The other is bases. Then you have aerosol cans for one. This is a pesticide aerosol. And then you've got regular aerosol paints and lots of things come in aerosols. What's bad about that a little bit is that they use flammable compressed solvent like butane or isobutane to pressurize the cans. We take those in, and one of the few people in the country that actually recover the materials from the aerosol. We'll crush the can, burn the cans for heat, and evaporate water and sell the steel. So we're converting a waste over to what can be used. Try to do that with everything we get a hold of. One of the other things, very difficult to get rid of, mixed gasoline, old oils, all the hydrocarbons. You can't, there's really no good way to get rid of them. This is it, and particularly on mixed gas. Pesticides, you're going to find that's probably one of those toxic stuff material you're going to have in your house. It's designed to kill things. And you have solid pesticides, which are it's used. Lead arsenate is probably the worst one. It never goes away. It is very toxic. You don't want that in your house. You don't want to. You want to use it. And then you get the stuff by Monsanto, being sued for the use of material from the pesticides are one thing that you don't want to have in your house. Bleaches, oxidizers are a thing on their own. Bleaches work great for laundries. If you get the cool chemicals, trichloroethylene, which is a heavily chlorinated material, or the dye or whatever, it is, you don't want to get those tablets wet. They will degrade and put off chlorine gas, which is very noticeable. And if you don't, it's hard to handle on the home environment. It'd be a good time to get rid of your tablets for your swimming pools and the chlorobromos, which they use in the heated jacuzzis. Paints. The paints use a lot of aromatic and other organics to keep the pigments in there, and those aren't really good. They're also flammable liquid, along with paint filters, paint thinners, fine cleaner. That's not a little oil. Depends on the ingredients. It's harmful flavor. It's harmful to people. If you can't eat it, you can't breathe the fumes. One of those things. Antifreeze. Everybody has it in their car. It's good. It's ethylene glycol. It's toxic to cats and animals and things like that. Unless you get this is the green stuff. It's ethylene glycol. Propylene glycol is the pink stuff or red stuff. And that's not very toxic at all. Matter of fact, they use it in stool softener. People can take it as part of their medicine. All these things, but we have here is lead acid batteries, not really, we'll have some later on, I'm sure. And then you have lithium batteries, you get out of your computer. Those potentially can be a fire problem. Dicans, also little drills and things, that's also a battery problem.
Jordan, we got a list, we got that list on our Facebook webpage, so you can go there. If you're not sure, we also have a number that you can call if you're not sure. But there are things that you don't take, right?
That's true.
So let's talk just real quickly and briefly about the things that you don't take. I brought this out of the back of my truck. It's a box of shotgun shells. You take ammunition?
No.
No, absolutely not. You might bring it in and I would take it, but that's beside the point.
Sometimes people, police departments will take care of that for you. We're not going to take ordnance of any type. We don't like cylinders that are film cylinders. They're very expensive to get rid of, and they're not on the list. People who get those should go back to the business they got them from. That's not a fair thing to include in the collection.
How about medical waste?
Medical waste, I think it's actually not on the list. It's pharmaceutical oxygen cylinders are the only thing they would apply there. That's not a problem. It's basically compressed oxygen, atmospheric gas, and it's a problem. We have in the past taken some, and then we put it in a solvent drum.
How this is for Daviess County and the city of Owensboro residents, like we said before. How much can I bring out?
This is supposed to be only generated by homeowners. Okay. And there is, if you're a business, somebody shows up with ladders on their truck, 5-gallon pails in there. That's not something you should direct to us, and that's not something we want to accept.
So don't get mad if we turn you away if you're a business and you come out. And one of the things I do want to say is we have a couple times a year where we take used tires in. You will not take used tires.
That's not
So don't bring your used tires out.
Or freon bearing materials that dehumidifiers,
Appliances of any sort, and don't bring construction and demolition debris. Wood, plywood, those kinds of things. Don't bring them out because we will gently remind you that we don't take those kinds of things. This is for residential home only and for the things that we talked about. Again, Jordan, I would say that if you have any questions, go to our web page, our Facebook page, and there is a list and a phone number that you can call. If you have questions, certainly you can bring it with us, and our contractor will say yes or no. So I want to thank you for being here today. I appreciate you coming all the way from Cincinnati and doing this for us. And we try to do this every year. So I hope to see you next year.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.